Welcome back to RC Truth Media. Today is November 12th, 2018. If you're like me, you do not like the fact that Gavin Newsom is going to be our new governor. But like me, many people are stuck in California, and I'm trying to be optimistic about this whole thing. So let's go into some detail about what we can expect the next 4 to 8 years as Gavin Newsom has been elected our new governor. Well, the Democrat wants to tax the crap out of everybody. High taxes, you can look forward to that. Homeless people, hip hip hooray, he is out to protect you. He wants to build 3.5 million units of new housing by 2025. Places like San Francisco are up to a 30% homeless rate in high cost cities like San Francisco, Huntington Beach, Orange County, places San Diego, stuff like this, San Jose. These are going to be the areas that are high homeless areas. Okay, all of California is actually high in homelessness, but the bigger cities is having a bigger problem. So, what's going on? What's he going to do? He says when pushed, affordable housing advocates and others that work on housing issues admit the $3.5 million goal probably isn't realistic. Still, most welcome Newsom as a refreshing change of pace from the outgoing governor. Despite a much celebrated package of housing legislation he helped shepherd to pass last year, Governor Jerry Brown was criticized for not prioritizing housing in a state where the median price of a single family home rose to over $500,000 on his watch, and ever rising rents are forcing low income residents to leave the state in mass. What can we expect? Rumors of a major housing package in Newsom's first year as governor are already circulating around the capital, although no one will say outright. What would the package contain? Bank on increased funding for subsidized units one way or another, likely via increased tax credits for affordable housing developers and or a revamped form of redevelopment, which is a controversial and abuse-fraught program which Brown eliminated in 2011. What is redevelopment? A state urban renewal program that provided billions of dollars for low-income housing development. There's a new proposal in the legislature now to bring a version of it back. So how do they get these billions of dollars for low-income housing and development? I'll leave this here so you can go on and check that out, right? So let's get back to what is he want to do with our state. Okay, so rent control, other policies. Newsom referenced either explicitly or obliquely in his campaign. If Newsom is indeed able to broker a compromise on rent control, let's see what that is real quick. California don't seem to be fans of Prop 10, the ballot initiative that would allow cities to expand rent control in ways currently prohibited by state law. Multiple polls show the measure trailing by double digits. A survey by the Public Policy Institute of California found just 25% of voters likely support the measure. Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, the Democrat frontrunner in the race, has pledged to work immediately to reach a deal between landlords and tenant groups if he's elected and Prop 10 loses. Newsom recently told the Sacramento Bee that although he opposes Prop 10, I will take responsibility to address the issue if it does get defeated. Opponents of Prop 10 are deeply skeptical of Newsom's promise. Okay, so he opposes it. Opposition meaning he does not want this to go through. And Californians don't seem to be fans of it either. So I guess that would be good for the majority of Californians. On rent control. Yeah, we don't want the states to have more control over our rent, right? We want that to be more of a private sector issue. What about tweaking of Proposition 13? Those of you who don't know what Proposition 13 is, people's initiative to limit property taxation. That's good, right? To limit the property tax. He wants to tweak it, meaning make our taxes more. Use those taxes to fund these things. Everybody loved Proposition 13 when it came out, because that meant you couldn't keep on continuing taxing every year as the worthability of your house went up and up and up. The taxing kept on going up. Well, that Proposition 13 limited it. Now he wants to tweak it to be able to pay for all that crap. I don't like that. Or limit local control on housing development decisions. He will have accomplished something that has vexed politicians for decades if he can do any of these things. So that's with housing. But he believes education is the way of the future. Now he says universal preschool and child care in California would alone cost the state up to $8 billion. It's unclear how a meaningful agenda of that size could be done without a tax increase. That's what it took when the Mayor Newsom successfully pushed a much more modest preschool for all initiative in San Francisco. The legislature in recent years also pushed a voluntary universal preschool program, as well as a requirement that schools report how they spent money targeted for needy kids. So yes, can look forward to more people getting into school. I do think that is a good thing. Getting paid to go to school. He's talking about people getting higher on their financial aid. Well, since I go to school, I would like to get a bigger check for my financial aid. I do think that's good. Healthcare. He embraces single payer, but maybe settle for less. Newsom may be more likely to initially pursue a less ambitious strategy, getting more of the uninsured covered under current government programs. That's right. Why? Because the federal obstacles that are in his way. He needs their huge budget, and he's having a fight with the current administration, and so I don't think he's going to get the funds that he wants, meaning he's going to have to get more of the uninsured covered under the current programs that are have. When that means he's not keeping his promise there, well, he can't keep all of them, right? So that's one promise haven't kept, Newsom. Let's look what else. Environment, making a global climate agenda work. Okay, he wants to basically make our state 100% clean energy. He wants to keep that going on. He will definitely try to differentiate himself from Brown, though. Okay, he's going to do a different approach on this. It will fall to Newsom to reach the lofty goals Brown and the legislature set. Nearly everyone agrees that the easy work is done. What comes next will be painful and require the full attention of the state's leader. The next governor has to be in the how business, Newsom told Cal Matters, referring to mandates about electric cars, renewable energy, and emissions reductions, among others. The next governor actually has to deliver on all that. This is very difficult, very challenging. The good news is he loves this stuff. This is in his wheelhouse. It's a point of passion. Okay, so we will see. And so what else? Higher education, more data, and cradle to career. He wants to give everybody an opportunity to get educated. Okay, he says education is necessary for all. Newsom says he sees higher education as the culmination of a cradle to career journey towards economic opportunity, and his calls for the state to increase funding for the University of California and California State University have fueled speculation that he will loosen the purse strings more than has Governor Jerry Brown, who often admonished the universities to live within their means. So we can expect California to get more into debt. That is for sure. But he says he can get out of this by hiring taxes. Let's go talk about, what about the justice system? This is very interesting. He wants to get rid of the bail system. Right now, you know how people can get bailed out for low crimes and misdemeanors? Well, he wants to stop that. And basically he says it's unfair to people of color and to people who are minorities. And he says the getting out of bail people that don't have the money, this would be a good opportunity. But there's critics that say this giving more, and this will give more power to the judges to decide whether to put them, those people that don't have bail, in jail or not. Okay, so I'll let you read this for more information on that. Alright. The economy, he says there's a reality of the coming downturn, and he has ways to deal with that. He's saying that he wants the property 13 property tax breaks. He wants to remember, tweak that a little bit and use those taxes to fund the economy. That's not good for homeowners. Not good at all. Okay. So there is some things that we can not look forward to with Gavin Newsom. There is some things that we can look forward to. If you're in school, I guess you can look forward to that, to getting a better education. But if you're in going to jail anytime soon, and you're looking forward to getting bail, 2020 is when that's going to be on the ballot. So you got a few years left to get your bail. Alright, thanks a lot for coming and checking out RC Truth Media. Please like and subscribe. I will see you again very soon. You have a great day.